What's going on, motorcycle maniacs? Very welcome to my channel, Icing Scrambler. I'm Damon Hendrix. I'll be your host, presenter, whatever. Right, full disclosure, I don't actually own the Scrambler, but my first bike was a Scrambler, a Harold Maverick. Here it is. Beautiful. And I do have a BSA C15, which I will intend to do a bit of scrambling when she's working. Now onto the video of the CFMOTO 650 MT, or as I call her, chicken fried moto. So I've owned this bike now for 6 months, actually 7 months, but I like to be thorough, so I can give you a good, honest review. Most people, they just kind of seem to get a bike, review it straight away, don't actually break in the engine. So I've got the list of faults, and the brakes squeak sometimes. That's it. That's all I got. So far so good. It's been awesome little bike. But there is some little niggly things that I don't really like, which I'm going to show you right now. So let's go over the things that I don't really like about this bike, which is no cup holders. As you've seen, it just spilled all my Monster all over the floor. Other drinks are available. Right. So let's say you had a good day, you're feeling generous, you're coming to a junction and someone's pulling over to the other side, and you think, I'm going to be generous, I'm going to let them go. So you come up to the junction, you pull the clutch lever, and then you flash the lights. As you see here, it's not a lot of space for someone with gloves to actually flash it, and you're not quite sure if you have flashed it. Just something they should have quite either twist that a bit or put that down, which I will get around to. I mean, that is just things that really just annoy me a bit. Another thing is the side stands, which I wasn't aware that if you put in first gear and the side stand is down, she will not start at all. I wish the dealer would have told me that before I panicking. So just something to be aware of. I know it's a safety thing, Euro 5 or Euro 6 or whatever Euro we are at the moment, but you know, just keep that in mind. And another thing that I don't really like, especially riding at night, is on the headlight is fixed. So when you turn the handlebars, it does not turn with you. But again, something that annoys me. Some people might think that's trivial, but I will in the future will be putting some spotlights in there and one over there, nice and bright, so it can illuminate the corners as I go around. We do live in I do live in Norfolk anyway. Lots of deers and cats, and you know, all sorts of things on the road. Right, on to the pros of owning a CFMOTO 650 MT. ABS brakes, brilliant, works well in mud. I actually had a little slip on a diesel patch and the brakes saved my bacon. Wind protection, this all comes as standard, apart from this little screen. There's not, you have to buy it separate. It is a lifesaver. It does deflect the wind a lot. And handling, I will do another video on handling. For those eagle-eye viewers, you're probably looking at this bike thinking, I've seen that engine before, and there is a reason for that, because this bike has the same engine as a Kawasaki 650 Versus. It's exactly the same, but there is a slight difference between the Kawasaki and the CFMOTO. The Kawasaki, they claim to have closer to 60 tops horsepower, whereas the CFMOTO, they claim 60 horsepower at the rear wheel, whereas Kawasaki, they say at the crank or at the rear wheel, not quite sure. And then the difference is the price. You got the price for the Kawasaki 650 Versus starts at £7,549. Now that don't include the panniers, the handguards, the frame sliders, top box. So whereas the CFMOTO will come with panniers and the screen, minus the little extra screen. So the Kawasaki 650 Versus does not come with the top box as standard, nor does CFMOTO 650. However, I did buy one from Shad. They provide everything, and it is as simple as you lift that and then you clip that off. And that does not come included. You have to buy a rack for it as well, which I will leave a link if people want to just leave a comment. As you see, this bike here, as it is, minus the screen, which is that one, it is £5,800 on-road price, bargain. With the Kawasaki 650 Versus, with the panniers, with the screen, with the handguards, frame sliders, I believe you can then add the crash bars, you are looking at £8,650 and 50p. Now obviously deals can be done, take some chocolate eclairs, you might bring the price down. You never know, just ask. I should really apologise for the state of that. I mean, that is dirty, but I'm a bike rider. I'm not into bike cleaning, I'm into bike riding. And I have been using it every day for work. It's Norfolk, England. Hardly ever rains in here for some reason, but today's a bit gloomy. So if you want a reliable bike that will do the job of the big ones, it will go to 0 to 60 in 3 point something seconds, claimed, CFMOTO. So with regards with the Kawasaki 650 Versus, am I telling you not to bother with a Kawasaki and get one of these instead? Absolutely. They're both really good bikes. I wouldn't be sad if someone gave me a Kawasaki 650 Versus, as I wouldn't be sad if someone gave me another one of these. Not at all. But here's the little metaphor to keep in mind. A couple of years ago, it'll turn up here the year exactly due to the power of editing right here, in a place in Norwich called, there was a band called the Nodding Donkeys. Now people bought tickets for it, they thought, yeah, good band, I'll go see it, and it turned out to be Iron Maiden. I worked with a bloke that went to see him, and he used to brag about, I'll see Iron Maiden for £5, but he went with a ticket home with the band Nodding Donkeys rather than Iron Maiden. Same metaphor, it's exactly the same bike, you choose. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not an A-lister star, and I'm not a little kid from Sweden, so yeah. and you now join me from my shed. Apologies for not filming my local ride. I want to show you why. I forgot this. That's supposed to keep you waterproof, as you well know. I've got a Chinese something or other, not GoPro. I'm not extravagant. But I did film a little tiny snippets, which I will show you right now, just for you to see how wet that was. This was in Southwold. I was gonna say something, but the seagulls were going for it, so I decided not to do that. And the phone holder was excellent. If you want a link to the phone holder, please leave in the comments. I will post one up. And this is a little video of in Hunstanton. Just show you right now the mileage. 231 miles by the time I got to Hunstanton. That's a hell of a long way for me. I've never done that many miles before, not in one go anyway. Here we go, just for you to see how foggy that was yesterday. That's why I didn't do any filming. I didn't film anything outside my helmet at all. That sounds a bit rude, actually. My lid, that bit is supposed to be full of bikes, or normally is full of bikes in the summer, but yesterday I was the only one crazy enough to be out in this weather. And the little bird decided to join me. Friendly little thing. Wanted a bit of my pain au chocolat. So yeah, as you've seen in the earlier part of this film that I've made, I've got nothing against Kawasaki, I promise you. And I have found out that they do come with traction control and eco mode as standard. But it's the price that I can't get my head around. You're buying the same bike for pretty much almost £3 difference. I mean, to me, I can't see the point of having that much of a paying that extra just for the badge. I mean, you might as well just get a CFMOTO and get a Kawasaki badge and put it on the tank. No one will be none the wiser, so you might as well do it. But I still stand that there's nothing wrong with a Kawasaki. There's great bikes, really good engines, and yeah. So to resume the video, my CFMOTO 650 MT, are they flawed or fantastic? Yes, they are flawed. They do have their quirks, as you know. It's never anything gone wrong in 7 months now, but you can say that flaws become character, and it's almost like having a well-behaved dog that will do everything you ask it. Get me a beer, do this, do that, and the dog will do it. And then you have that stupid dog that won't do anything that you ask him. You could say that's a flawed dog. Personally, I call that character. Hence why I like him. And I don't know, it's just the underrated of having a CFMOTO, that you don't stick out from the pack. You're doing everything that everyone else is doing, a lot cheaper than what everyone else is riding. And yeah, they're great. They're great little bikes. I could not recommend mine, or a similar one to mine, enough. If you just want to be roads or twisty road or back roads, just a little blast, I would highly recommend the 650 NK, because those things are so quick and so nimble. So yeah, go try them. Don't take my word for it. Go try them. Go test ride them. Absolutely. Get out there, test ride them, and you see what I'm on about. So if you like this video, press like, subscribe, so when I do my next video I will be doing gonna take the bike on the road, so I'll show you and give you my opinion about the handling, brakes, acceleration, etc. And if I don't release the next video before Christmas, have a good one and ride safe. Hopefully I'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching.